This is data. Data is extremely important to our business. As a business, we collect a huge amount of data on a wide variety of people, whether it be prospects, customers, or even our own people. Data protection law requires that this data must be used in accordance with certain fundamental rules. These are known as the 8 data protection principles. We collect personal data. It can be anything that A. relates to a living individual, B. allows us to identify the individual, and C. is about that individual or their activities. It could simply be an individual's name or address, but can also include things like CCTV images or recorded telephone calls, all stored by us on paper or within our electronic systems. Our customers and everyone else we work with expect us to protect their personal data, just in the same way as you would expect companies you deal with personally to protect yours. If we can't look after data properly, we could damage our business, face enormous fines, or even face criminal prosecution as a business or personally. But data protection doesn't have to be complicated. It's about common sense and following the 8 data protection principles. This principle is about protecting the privacy of the individual and using their personal data fairly and lawfully. We must be open and transparent so they know who we are, what we intend to use their personal data for, and give them a chance to opt out of marketing. We can only use personal data for the purposes that we told the individual about when we collected it, or that they agreed to. So there shouldn't be any surprises for the individual. This means you must only collect the data you actually need now to fulfill what the individual has asked for. So, if we need a customer's address to send them their account information, fine, but do we really need to know their date of birth, vital statistics, or even their favourite colour? Only ask for what we need to know now, not what might be useful one day in the future. We must ensure details provided are accurate and are regularly checked. We must take care when taking details on customers, ensuring spelling is correct and that their records are up to date. Personal data must only be kept for the time it is needed. Procedures should be in place for archiving and destroying personal data after we no longer need it. Individuals have different rights under data protection law. For example, they can write to us to ask us for a copy of any personal data we hold about them at any time. We have to keep personal data secure using both technical measures like encryption and through the reliability of our people and suppliers. For example, we shouldn't leave personal data on printers or leave our screens open with lists of customer contacts on them. Data protection laws differ across the world, and some countries don't offer sufficient protection for personal data, so we can't send data to other countries without first ensuring that they offer adequate protection for that data. You can read more in the Customer Data Protection Policy on Connect, or speak to your local data protection officer, legal, compliance, or data representatives.